What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm teeing off here at Oakboro, and you see that nice little shank there. But it's the first video I'm posting in a little while because the weather hasn't been super ideal, so recording just hasn't really been the move. But we're back. Hope you enjoyed the drone footage. I do finally have my drone back, so do expect to see a lot of that in the videos. But anyways, now to the disc golf extravaganza you are witnessing. So the first two holes there, not the best drives in the world. I did throw two on hole one because it's what you do. You know, you got to get warm. Parred both of them. And now let's see what we do here on hole number three. So I'm throwing a boss, and I didn't throw it bad. Got up there. I believe I got up there for a putt. And okay, yeah, that's right. I had to do a little maneuver in here. Yeah, lately just been really trying to work on the game, not play as much and just work on the game, because you couldn't really tell there, but I do miss that putt, and I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the video. You're gonna see a little bit in the video, because the putt recently has just been all over the place, but it's just part of the game. So anyways, stepping up to hole four, I'm throwing a new Star Destroyer I got for my birthday. Shout out to my family. I'm loving this disc, as well as I got an Undertaker, the Envy putter, some good discs, and I actually hit a putt there. So we did get a birdie on the board. Now stepping up to hole number five, I shanked it. Shanked it far right, and I'm trying a little different in this videos to not record every shot. I don't know, watching it back through, I need to include a little more, I think, because it's kind of all over the place. But I did par that. Now we're on hole number six. I threw the Virus, another one of my favorite discs. It turned over a bit for me, but I was in a good spot to throw a nice forehand, and I absolutely parked it through a Prodigy M2. And now we're on to hole seven. So I'm throwing the servo. I love this disc. I usually throw it really good. Threw it really bad here. Matter of fact, let's rewind that. Off the tree. Unfortunate, you hate to see it, but happens to the best of us. So I do end up throwing a decent shot, and then I ended up here. So this shot's for bogey, which you don't want to do on this hole. It's not a hard hole, but sometimes it happens. And obviously I don't make that putt. I do hit the camera. Thankfully camera's okay. No camera was harmed in the making. So I tap in for a double bogey, which I shouldn't do on the hole. I really should par it at the worst, but it is what it is. On to hole number eight here. So right now I believe I'm sitting at one under par, maybe even. So anyways, through the Destroyer, I love that shot. Definitely had a good look for birdie there, but I do choke it. And now I don't know why I said I'm even, because I'm actually one over because I just double bogeyed. But it is what it is. So teeing off here on hole number 10, and I actually got a dude in the middle of the fairway. He's in the danger zone. Thankfully I didn't hit him because he could have died. But I'm just gonna step up and rip the Destroyer here. And I did skip hole number 9 because I was playing through two guys and I didn't want to take the time to set the camera up, so I just went ahead and kept going. I parred that. Ended up throwing a pretty bad drive here, recovered. I think I ended up bogeying that one, so we're sitting at 2 over, going into hole 11, and not ideal. Hole 11 is a relatively tight gap. It's definitely very doable, but sometimes it gets you, so that's exactly what happened here. So I teed off with the boss, didn't throw it good. You can see I'm walking pretty defeated over here to the camera. I'm gonna grab the servo, which is basically my utility disc. I love this disc, and just pitch it up as best as I can. Left it probably like 50-60 short, with some trees, so not a very makeable putt. I ended up laying up and tapping in for a bogey. So now I'm sitting at 3 over. Not super happy, but it is what it is. You got to take the good days with the bad days. Throw an M2 there. Didn't throw it badly. Did hit a tree, and so I left a little early. I had a little tight gap here, which I just missed. Would have been an amazing birdie, but it is what it is. You take what you get. And then I about threw it in off the tree, so I don't know what's going on, but it's getting crazy. So anyways, the servo, I just gently threw it down the fairway. Got down there pretty good, and as you can see, I lined up for the putt. Will I make it? No, I will not. Boinked it off the basket. Boinked it off the basket. Another couple missed putts. It is what it is. It's the way the game goes. Now we're moving on to 14, so I'm just going to throw the Star Destroyer on this hole. And I love my home course because it has a lot of these forehand dominant holes that I love to throw. So I ended up missing a putt there, did par it, and I'm going to launch a Firebird up here on hole number 15. Left it a little short. There is actually a heel there, and this is going a little fast, but I parred that, and then I blasted this boss through this gap very nicely. I threw the boss because I wanted to try to get a little more distance, because usually I throw the Firebird and it's a little short. The only bad thing is I threw the boss really well, it just hit a tree, so I ended up basically the same place, ended up tapping in for the par, moving on to hole number 17. With how I had the camera here, you can't tell, but it is just a straight gap. It's about 180 feet. Not a hard hole. I have aced it a few times and would love to do it here. I'm throwing a brand new sole I have, so I actually have a sole and I just got that new one. It's flying really well for me. I threw it really well. I like to throw the kind of forehand pop-up shot and just get it down there, and I hit another putt. It's a miracle. So I think that's only my second birdie on the day. And then the cool shot here, pretty much every day I play this course, and I play this course almost every day, I see deer from 17 to 18, which isn't super surprising. I live out in the country, the course is out in the country, there's a ton of deer here, but it's still cool. It's a nice little break in the action when you're rolling through your round. So we're stepping up to hole 18, probably the easiest hole on the course, I would say. It is a par 4. Definitely could be a par 3, especially from the short tee, but you do have a lot of trees to get through, and I ended up hitting a little early, but it lined up for a pretty easy forehand shot, which I threw okay, left it a little wide, and unfortunately it did leave me with a tester putt. And if you've been watching the video so far, you can probably imagine how the putt's gonna go. So I step up here looking for birdie, trying to get back to 1 over par, which usually I'm around the even to 2 under par here. And I just have a bad spit out, so I hit left side, spits out on me, but it's all good, and make the second one as always. And that's gonna wrap up the video. Hope you enjoyed. Tapped in for the 2 over. Later.